Hello, and welcome to another episode of On Track with Ray. Today, I'm very excited to talk about some brand new locomotives that we received from the Hornby Group. Hornby, as you know, owns Rivarossi, Jouef, Arnold, and Electrotren, and they call that their international line. And for the European market, they recently brought out the German Prussian G8, or as DB guys would know, the BR55, which was an 080 steam locomotive. The Prussian G8 was a remarkable locomotive. It came out in the early 1900s, I believe in 1902, and they were produced from 1902 to 1913. What was unique about this locomotive, it was the first Prussian superheated locomotive. And these locomotives were sold all over Europe. They were a big part of the First World War. The Germans created their first Panzer locomotives using the G8, and the locomotive has just a very long history. And after World War I, the Germans basically sent nearly 400 of these locomotives as war reparation locomotives to many different countries. The French, received many of these locomotives, and I think the French classified them as Class 040. The Belgian railways received these locomotives, and they painted them in a beautiful green, and they were classified as the Class 81. There were many still left over in Germany. The Deutsche Reichsbahn took them over in 1925. And then after World War II, they basically went to the Deutsche Bundesbahn, and there were still over 600 of these locomotives left. The BR55, or Prussian G8, basically was phased out on the Deutsche Bundesbahn railways in, I believe, 1955. And the DDR, the East German railways, they ran these up until like 1969. This locomotive was such a durable, efficient locomotive that some countries were running these locomotives well into the 80s. Like I believe Poland had a few of these locomotives, and the Baghdad Railway ran these locomotives, I think, almost up until 1990. One example still exists in Germany, which was purchased in 1987 from the Baghdad Railway and brought back to Germany, totally refurbished, and it's owned by the Darmstadt Railway Museum. And I still think it's under its own steam and fully functional. So it's a great locomotive, has some incredible history, and Hornby did a phenomenal job on this new locomotive. In the past, the BR55 was made by Fleischmann, and it was a nice model for the time, but the Fleischmann locomotive was a little bit out of scale. It was a little bit too big. Then many years later, Markland Tricks came out with the BR55. So many customers and many enthusiasts probably have a version of the BR55, but none is like the new version from Hornby. First of all, the model is mostly metal. The whole boiler is metal. It's very heavy. It's correctly scaled. The proportions are exact. And we currently have 4 versions in stock, which we can offer you. The Prussian Era 1 version, we don't expect to get those until next year. But what we have in stock right now is we have the German Era 2 version, the Deutsche Reichsbahn version. We have the Deutsche Bundesbahn version, which would have ran after World War II. We have the Belgian version. I believe it's the class, it's the 81 class, painted in green with the beautiful gold boiler bands. We have the French version, which is specified as the class 040. It's mostly black. It has a little bit of red on the front buffer beam. So each version is very unique and different. And we are going to show you each one of these locomotives in action on our beautiful layout. And also we're going to get some close-up of these models. So we are going to start with the earliest version, which is the Deutsche Reichsbahn Era 2 version. One of my favorite locomotives, and these are also in stock, is the beautiful Belgian version in green with the beautiful gold boiler bands. And finally, we have in stock, ready to ship, the beautiful French version in the all-black finish, which is also a striking locomotive. We also have available the Deutsche Bundesbahn, the Era 4 version, which is also beautiful. Are these not fantastic models? A couple of more features that I want to talk about is, these locomotives are packed with new innovations. The detailing, the three-dimensional detailing is incredible. Like I said, the model is mostly metal. This whole boiler is metal. I believe the tender is metal. It has a very nice coupler that you just click into a receptacle, and then you get all your sound functions. It has one feature that's really beautiful about this locomotive that we couldn't film. It has flickering firebox lighting, which is very, very cool. And it's just an absolutely beautiful locomotive, and I am just very excited that the Hornby Group is making models this beautiful, and we cannot wait for their future releases, because if all their models are this amazing, then we have another brand on the market that just makes incredible locomotives. So we hope you enjoyed our video. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and have a great weekend. Thank you.